from that. So, I mean, it's mostly the Graves' fault for putting himself in that situation. Whoa, Talon damage.
Sorry about that. There we go. Okay.
So Talon just got a nice combo off with the dash forward and rake combo up top against the Trundle, who's going to be pushed back a little bit now. He only has a Doran shield now in order to deal with this Talon push, and Talon's going to get a pretty nice lead here, even though he's flashless.
So that first kill going to go over onto that Varus here. Flash going to be used. He does have Cleanse still in the lane, just in case. Headbutt Pulverize is going to land on that level 1 Graves here. A little bit of damage, nothing big, going to be done. Veigar trading away from that ball, but moving really close to that turret. That was a lot of coins.
Yeah, Graves is going to do a good job of wave clearing, unlike other AD carries. Because of that shotgun blast, he's able to take out multiple CS at an early level.
Oh, Veigar taking free damage. Now, Veigar has Ghost in mid. I'm not a fan. Oh,
I'm not a fan of that either.
Headbutt Pulverize, gonna land. I'm not a fan of the Veigar Ghost.
Yeah, I can see why he would want to run forward and maybe like get the trap up on the Orianna, but she's going to turn around and ult him later when that becomes an issue. So not really sure I wanted that if I were the Veigar. If I wanted to be something, if I wanted something a little bit more defensive, maybe heal for that move speed that he's going to need. But it's such a weird summoner on him. I personally like the Ignite.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Mm-hmm. I just take exhaust into assassins and then you know, teleport if I can, and it's a free lane.
Yeah, teleport's also really good. Warwick on the bottom side gets a good fear.
Warwick fear, as I said, Clan's gonna get used. No flash on the Varus. The Janna long range auto attacks. Gonna get that last one onto the Graves. Trample gonna get used. This is gonna be a knockup. Woo! End of the line. Not gonna be enough. Ignite ticking down. Gonna finish off the Trundle at top lane as well. Woo! Boy.
That's a big kill for the Talon, who might struggle a bit later with the Trundle building defensive. Oh, he's not. Trundle is going offense, which isn't a really smart decision in my opinion, because he's gonna have to trade 1-for-1 against the Talon.
Building that Tiamat.
Probably, yeah, for the lifesteal.
That's gonna be a kill.
She has heal.
That's kill. That's kill. Yep.
She doesn't end up using any summoners for that either. She still had heal and flash at the end of that.
And he had flash and ghost.
Yep, getting that Thunderlords for the extra damage surprises the Veigar, who didn't use ghost or flash in that.
Like we said,
so why take
right?
ghost in the first place?
Yep. Oh, good flash over. Like we were saying, right? If you know you need to flash, just flash.
Mm-hmm. Or at least ghost. Like he was running away and didn't respect the damage at all from the Orianna.
Like you're scared that she's gonna ball place, like pop ghost.
Oh, and a mistake here from Veigar, getting mobility boots in the lane against their Orianna matchup.
What?
Not a really smart idea. No combat stats at all.
Oh, headbutt pulverize, gonna get the heal.
Good knockup from the Janna. Good exhaust too. I think that would have been lethal on the Graves there.
Wow, look at the Trundle taking so much damage at top lane. Not gonna get him. Not gonna get him. Still not gonna get him. And dies. Woo!
Greedy play from the Talon. Now, he just should have based the Trundle.
So okay. If you're gonna dive that, all right. This is how I would look at this. If you're gonna dive that, and you go for it, okay. You get an auto. You get the W. Parkour the turret. You can jump over the turret, kill him, and go out the other side.
Orianna's not going to have ult here, but she's going to fight him in the minion wave.
She is going to kill him. She is going to kill him. He blows flash. She still has hers. And
oh, the shield.
The shield. Minions. And she gets the heal up. Dangerous game. Keeps her alive.
Giving her that huge heal boost in the end. Might have died to caster minion there.
That's what I was betting.
Nice double knockup.
Oh, man. The flash under. Gonna get her. Gonna trade back one. Gonna trade back two. Gonna trade back for... Oh, my God.
That was so messy.
Just yelling trade back the whole time. Oh, Warwick ultimate! Woo! Woo!
Orianna's going to get nice and fat here. This Veigar is going to get mobility boots. Not that he's going to roam or anything with it. I think he needs to deal with that mid situation before he can even get the roam off in the first place. He's just going to end up losing these fights to the Orianna, having it to either base or just die.
Oh my god. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man. That shockwave just destroyed him.
Yeah, she's going to be super fed when she gets back into this lane here. Almost finishing her Morellonomicon against the Veigar, who has a Doran's Ring and an Amplifying Tome, which is not enough to deal with this Orianna damage. Who's going to have plenty of mana, plenty of poke, plenty of shields to deal with this Veigar, who is down flash now.
Trample gonna get in there. Pulverize. Oh my goodness. At 6, he's dead. The Veigar gonna get that dark matter. Gonna hit. Primordial Burst. He has it. There it is. It just came up. There was a slight line on it.
He ends up roaming top with the mobility boots, which I think is fine. I think he could have got that roam off without the Mobos in the first place, but Orianna might be able to take this mid turret if she has enough damage to clear this wave here. We have some really odd map movements here. We have Trundle and Veigar on the wrong side of the map, possibly getting poked out here by the Orianna. Trundle's going to have to base. He's going to have to go back in lane and deal with this Talon, who has serrated Dirk already. So in a 1-for-1 trade, I think this Trundle is always going to lose, but he does have that Tiamat in order to lifesteal back and sustain in that lane, but he's still 20 CS behind. So this Talon, I think, is going to do a really good job of killing this this Trundle. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we have Varus and Alistar, who are pushing up, who are super healthy and more aggressive than this Graves-Janna combination, where Graves can't really get some good damage on the back line. Alistar is going to be able to headbutt, pulverize him, and always take that damage for the Varus.
That's exactly what's happening right there. You see the trample. Oh! The corrupting. Oh my goodness! Chain of Corruption gonna land. Gonna get him. Gonna be able to turn it around. The cleanse gonna go out. That's not gonna be enough. Graves is not gonna get that one. Janna will get it, but that's okay. Still gonna chase down. Got the slow Zephyr. The shield for the AD. He keeps canceling auto attacks. Ult, not gonna be enough. Gonna live with how much HP? Oh snap. Talon at top getting a kill. Gonna ult and yeah, he had like 30 HP or something.
Good heal from the Orianna, saving the Scion from certain doom. Warwick is just gonna stand still
and die to an auto attack after flashing. Oh boy.
Now Graves is going to do a lot of damage to this turret. They were able to win that fight, that 2v2 down bottom, just by the fact that I think Graves got some really good Qs off and did a lot of damage to the Varus, who wasn't able to do enough to the Graves. A super tanky AD carry, wasn't suspecting the Varus. Yeah, wasn't suspecting Graves to be so tanky, especially with Janna in the back, shielding him up.
Second turret, sorry.
Yeah.
Talon was standing on top
Talon
of it.
got, yeah.
There.
So now all 3 turrets down from Cho'Gath in recovery here, which means that we're going to have a 3k gold deficit at 11 minutes into the game. This is really favorable for Cho'Gath in recovery. What they want to do now is eventually roam, get this mid turret. I'm sorry, they only have 1 turret now. So Yordle Extraction Squad has taken 3 turrets. Yeah, and 2 turrets, sorry. And what they want to do now is roam to this dragon or roam to this bottom.
Yep.
Get that bottom turret and get control of this bottom side with 2 objectives on them.
Oh, it's Talon coming over the wall. Parkour. Not going to be enough.
Veigar has to flash there, which is going to be dangerous for this skirmish that's going to come. Either Warwick's going to go take Dragon himself, or Yordle Extraction Squad is going to walk bottom and hopefully, focus on this turret if they want to maintain this lead here of 3,000 gold.
Oh man! Again, Talon going in, gonna kill this Trundle. Oh, maybe not. Trundle looking at parkour. He can't get out. Woo! Minions dead.
Caster minion.
Caster minions.
lethal. What ended up winning the fight there was that massive sustaining he has with Bam Scepter and TMS, and we have a fight going again bottom.
That was collateral damage gonna go out, and the line gonna auto attack this Alistar down. He's gonna go down. Flash forward, gonna pick him up. I don't know why the Scion thinks he can turn this around. He can't.
Yeah, he's just kind of here for moral support. They don't even have a turret here. What needs to happen is Graves Warwick need to go get this dragon. There's no reason for them to be down there in terms of controlling objectives. Meanwhile, Orianna mid lane taking that mid turret, getting it really low. Yeah, so this is what we were talking about in games before, right? Like, look, they got that kill down. They got that kill advantage down bottom by getting rid of that Alistar, that giant tank. What that means is only Scion and Varus are going to be down there. Where Warwick, Janna, and Graves, which are really good at taking objectives, right? With that Graves burst damage on top of the dragon. So the better play there would have been just go get that free Cloud Drake and then do other stuff with it later. Meanwhile, mid lane is almost taken down because Orianna, they have vision on her mid. So they end up getting a kill, but don't end up getting objectives, which is going to be detrimental in this game if they continue to simply get kills and not catch up by taking something.
Veigar going Lich Bane.
I'm not really sure I like that Lich Bane combination. It puts him a little bit too close for comfort against the composition of Alistar, Scion, Talon, Orianna, who are all able to catch him. I think he needs some, long range abilities, or at least the Morellos, in order to make sure that he has enough mana for these fights, especially with that change to that W.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm telling you, that W.
It's got a great cooldown, but if you don't got mana for it, you're not going to be able to do anything. Graves face checking here. Good shield, a good monsoon. Disengage. Scion whipping
his ultimate. Chain of Corruption is going to go out onto the Veigar. Veigar going to get focused out. Primordial Burst not going to be enough. The Exhaust going to come through, though. Janna flashing out. Talon not going to be able to do anything there. The Shadow Assault. Chondo coming in. Teleport. Going to get focused out immediately as soon as he comes in. They're like, sup, boy. You're dead.
Miscommunication here from Shoutcast and Recovery, who saw that the Trundle was teleporting but didn't know that he was going to actually go through with it. So they end up giving the kill over for free and also the teleport. So we'll see what kind of pressure that Yordle Extraction Squad has aside from that bottom turret. Let's see if they go for this dragon play.
Bree said she's not playing ranked anymore. Oh, yo. All I know is that Veigar has. And that Veigar's building Lich Bane. That's all I know.
Yeah, not the best item, especially on top of mobility boots. That's a complete disaster for mid lane, who is now 1-5-0 against a 6-0-0 Orianna, who has just already got that Morello. She's got currently 400 gold in her pocket, so it looks like she did spend. She's making a Luden's Echo, which means that she's going to have this huge
highest DPS.
Yeah. We are 15 minutes into the game. She's going to have this massive damage. She's been maxing her Q, but she's almost done maxing her W. What that means is if she gets that QW Luden's proc, not even with the Shockwave, she's easily going to take someone down below 50% of their HP.
Ah, yeah. It's my favorite build path.
Yeah, definitely an optimal build if you're a mage. If you want that burst, that Luden's prog ends up being the most bursty that you can get, especially 16 minutes into the game. It's so much damage.
Veigar missing a baby cage.
I don't think Alistar needed to flash there, and even if he did get caught, I believe he had the ultimate to get himself out of it. Using that flash for no reason. Definitely better to have traded the ultimate instead of the trash, but instead of the flash, but a little bit of Freudian slip there for that trashy play from the Alistar. Didn't need to do that, but now he's flashless against that comp, which would have been nice for a gap closer. And here comes the fight.
How about Pulverize coming in with the trample? He does still have his ultimate. As you said, he pops it, but gets caught by the Event Horizon. Scion running in, gonna get a two-man knockup. Gets knocked immediately out. Shadow Assault gonna finish off the Graves, and that's gonna be how many? 3 down.
Does not matter because this composition is not ready. Nice cleanse from the Varus. Wow.
Look at the way he's laying on the ground. Look at the way he's laying on the ground. I'm gonna zoom in on him.
Yeah, so not much Bree can do there. She had a really good disengage on the Scion, who was ready to use that Q charge up and demolish everyone with it. But even though he gets knocked away, Cho'Gath and Recovery don't have enough damage in order to respond to that. Graves only has one item with the Death Stance against the Varus, who had IE and Zeal in order to dish out a lot of damage. Didn't even have to use his ult for that fight. Instead, in the end, uses it to flash on the Vigar, cleanse the baby cage, and kill him.
And then move my explosion. Just for next time, guys. Just for next time.
So Vigar just finished Lichbane. Again, not the best item to have on the Vigar. There's so many better options to have. Morello's, Luden's Echo. I mean, there's anything but a Lichbane. Because what that means is, in order for him to fully use that item, he needs to walk up and auto-attack someone against the comp you don't want to be auto-attacking.
Oh!
Look at that burst.
And that was through his shield. Through his damage reduction.
Her shockwave is down, but that goes, there goes a bunch of that front line with the Trundle now being the only one that can walk up to them. So what's going to happen here is Alistar is going to have that headbutt pulverize combination. Really great on Yordle Extraction Squad to say, hey, it's not even 20 minutes yet. You know what? We're going to take your inhib turret.
Yep, and right now, Orianna's just going to be able to zone with that ball. No big deal. I mean, it's Veigar, right? He just built a Lichbane. Can't get close enough with the Orianna ball in the way. Don't even try and get close at that point.
Really good grouping and decision making here by Yordle Extraction Squad, especially for a solo queue match. To simply say, hey, we're winning.
Ooh.
Let's just go get that turret.
Ooh, big damage going out into the Janna. Janna going to fall there. Chain of Corruption is going to finalize that.
Bree had flash available and exhaust. I think it would have been possible to flash that Varus ultimate with a little bit more reaction time there, Bree. Come on now.
She's on tilt. She's on tilt.
Oh no.
Alright, Sion continuing to just wave clear at top there, getting his little bit of minions, get that little bit of health. 3 health per.
Yeah, Varus down here to clean up these waves. He doesn't have anything to really help wave clear yet. It looks like he's either going for a Hurricane or a Static Shiv, most likely. I think he's going to most likely go for the Hurricane. I think that's the better play here if you're on the Varus. Let's see what he picks up after he clears this bottom wave. It looks like we have 2 pushing top as well, which is really good. They're applying pressure on the right places. This Orianna and Sion need to be be with their team.
Alistar Trample going to hold that up. Shadow Assault going to go out, going to pull that back. Oh my god, Warwick can actually survive, but there's going to be a surrender.
I guess it's 20 minutes into the game, and these side, there's no way that they're going to win it with that composition. They don't have enough DPS. Going Graves, not really the best situation. It's, as far as this particular meta goes, and the only reason I talk about the meta is, well, you at least need some sort of DPS in the game, right? And that's the basic fundamentals of this meta. You're going to have DPS. Burst does not win, usually, games of League of Legends. And between the Vigar and the Graves, there really is no DPS at all. They have a little bit coming from the Warwick and the Trundle, but that's really not enough in order to win the game. And so I think the composition here was really lacking a really nice steady source of damage. At the end of the day, 1-7 Vigar, super fed Orianna, not really. I mean, it's gonna be difficult to come back from a deficit like that when you have a Vigar that's going mobility boots, Lich, in a losing lane. So I can see why they surrendered. I think it's going to be difficult to win with a game with a player like that Vigar, who clearly isn't playing that champion correctly, isn't buying correctly, and in those kinds of situations, I do think that the surrender is somewhat justifiable.
Oh boy, that was. I don't have much to say about that other than that Veigar, man, just
yeah. And the surprising thing is, he is one of those champions where, okay, you know what? Late game, we got this. You're infinitely scaling. Just keep hitting Qs, keep getting CS, and you're eventually going to go to the point where you just press a button and delete someone who's pretty low, right? But when you have a player like this Vigar who's going mobility boots Lich, it's like, well, I don't really think, even if we get to that situation, you're the type of player that can execute those kinds of plays. There really is sort of a hopelessness with that kind of build. With that kind of player on your team, and that can be a little bit frustrating. There's not really much you can do on the map in order to increase your chances of winning, however so slight that might be.
Yeah, I mean, I never even think about getting Lichbane until I'm like almost full build, I think. And then I'm like, oh well, yeah, sure, because now it hits for like 600 when I auto attack
Right,
someone.
right,
But I don't. Yeah, I
right.
don't.
Where you can get that nice combo off, where maybe you can Q auto R someone to death. Um, that would be nice, but I mean, first item on top of the Mobos, super frustrating. Let's see how much damage he ended up putting out with his build. I'm kind of curious about that.
5,000 damage.
So pretty low.
Sion did more.
Yeah, pretty low, especially compared to the 10,000 that we saw from Oriana, saw from Varus, saw from Talon, all doing tremendous amounts in their respective lanes, which means that they were dominating all three lanes in terms of damage and threat levels here. So really hard to recover from that, because even if you have a late game Viger in this situation who was playing well, who was building correctly, you're only going to take out one leg of that tripod. And so, if he takes out the Talon or something who's diving him, you still have to deal with that Oriana Varus Wombo combo threat.
You could tell based upon how fast people died, because the Oriana has literally way more kills than the Talon has, but she's still lower than him in damage. Like,
right.
So that means that's how quick the trades were.
That means
like
she was just bursting someone to death, whereas Talon's just sort of pecking away at them, right?
Yeah, because even the Varus out damaged her. So it was just, she literally just combo and you were dead. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Man. Well, that's that. Sorry, Bree, you lost the game. We can't do anything about that. We're just here to cast them. Apologize that you ended up with that Veigar on your team. So for anybody, Gunn is joining us this second week for Shoutcast Sunday. I believe he said he will not be here next week because he has things to do.
That's right.
So he will be taking care of those things. I will be looking for a caster to replace him for next week. So if you know anybody who's interested or you are interested, let me know. I'll be putting out that invite to whoever else I know on social media and seeing if they're down and they want to stick around for 3 or 4 hours to do some casting, because that'll be good too. But we're all gonna hope Gunn has a safe trip and all that, and he'll be back next time.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
But fantastic job. I think everybody's very happy, Gunn. I think they find it very very great that it's not just me by myself anymore.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we'll have to start paying you.
Alrighty.
See that?
I'll accept payments in Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Bree, get on it. Pop-Tarts. Yep. Send your boy his Pop-Tarts. Fantastic. So what you doing for the rest of the day?